Time for D&D.
Hey, oh, that's a great way to start. All right, I'm going to go ahead and get our session on the books for posterity. God, it does feel like it's been between everything that's happened since last time we played, between the storm and that little thing that happened yesterday. It feels like it was like a month ago.
It does, doesn't it?
It's like...
These are just strange times. That's the only thing you can say. Just strange times indeed, you know?
Yeah, exactly. It is. It really is. But I had such a good time. But before we get going, I just noticed that I don't have Gimner's passive perception.
Okay, Gimner's passive perception. I didn't get my reading glasses. I'm looking for it. All right, it's in focus 14.
Okay. That's pretty good, too. So between you and Harlan, LSR and Taz are just kind of moving along, checking things out. And I think you guys only had the gibbering mouther last week, right? I mean, you found a trap, you set a trap, you found a trap, and you fought that gibbering creature. But there was nothing else, right? I was thinking back, I didn't have time to rewatch the video.
No, I think that was it, the encounter. That was the biggie.
Yeah, I know. And then you found Arlock.
Yes.
He was in a safe room in the back corner. Let me see if I can visual aid here. That might be helpful too. Let's see.
Oh yeah, last time we figured out how to use the annotations.
We did. That was a big one too. All right, so let's do this. You don't want to see that. Yeah. So y'all are here. Oh, well, this is old. So, because y'all cleared all this, you found out that this was like a trash heap.
Yeah, we found the dude.
You found the dude in the corner.
Arlock, yeah.
If I move this out over here, I wonder what it shows like. Because I looked at it again, and none of this whole room is not visible on the recording because the ribbon of our videos was over it.
No,
but
right.
I don't know if Zoom is that's just where it's going to put it. But nonetheless, you found the dude. Oh, this is the map I meant to use last week. So it was on my other computer. So like all this stuff had been stacked up in front of here. You moved it out of the way. This creature came gibbering out of this place and gibbered on you guys a little bit. But y'all gibbered it back to him, and y'all gave him the old heave-ho, turned him into mush. You went back. You actually had a long rest. Everybody had a long rest.
Yes.
The sun rose. So it's still rainy and overcast, so you think the sun rose. But and you're inside, so you really don't know what the weather's doing outside right now. And then y'all went back through this way. The little blade trap, disarm that. And then I don't remember if you guys had a hard time pushing this door open, but basically, Arlock had kind of barricaded the door on this side as well, barricaded everything that he could, and had a bunch of supplies in here as kind of his safe room. And he was super excited to see, once he saw that you were coming to rescue him, and you mentioned Rule's name, took him a minute. He had his big book of ledger, his project book, that he flipped through the pages and remembered that he had bought that tapestry from Rule, and he's just over the moon to be rescued this morning. Did not expect that. So you busted in. He was like, this is when the dogs were really barking last week. He was like, oh my goodness. He was like huddled over. And he was like, yes, well, welcome. I'm so happy to see friendly faces. And what happened with all the orcs that were taking over my keep? He's asking you guys now.
Yeah, we've taken care of just about almost everything we could find.
I've been in here for many weeks now, and I'm running low on supplies. I was thinking this would be my final end, and I've seen many adventures in my day, but I didn't think it was going to end like this, and apparently it's not. So I'm forever grateful.
How grateful?
I give you lots of kudos.
Yeah, thank you. Let's go show you the tapestry so you can pay us and we can leave.
Oh, well, if okay, well, yes, I'll follow you.
Yeah, a little splash of color other than blood would probably do good in this place.
So he's gonna follow you guys out of here.
Yeah, I guess if the group agrees, we should just go back to get Rule.
Sounds good.
And reunite them and get some payment, I hope.
Yeah, so you guys kind of head into here, and as he's talking and walking alongside you, he's sort of scratching his head, and it's like, oh, the castle was certainly overrun. And did you happen to see any of my workers while you were here?
No, unless they were monsters.
No, they would have been carpentrymen and masonrymen, and we're obviously in the midst of bringing this place back up to speed. But well, I would, if you're welcome to stay for a breakfast. I normally have a cook, but I can certainly cook as well if we can get a flame going. There's plenty of food stores in the other storage facility here in the storage house, so I could certainly invite you to stay for a hearty meal before you collect payment and move on so quickly.
That sounds good to me. What about you guys?
Yep.
Yep.
All right. So he takes you guys in. You guys take him, I guess, into here.
Yeah.
This table here. Rule comes out. Oh, Arlock, it's great to see you. And Arlock and Rule exchange pleasantries. And and he invites Rule to also to stay for breakfast. Rule takes out the tapestry, unfurls it onto the floor, and it's just, this is stunning work, Rule. I'm so happy to have procured this magnificent piece from you. And Rule's like, it's my pleasure. But there is a matter of some business to attend to, but perhaps we'll wait for after breakfast. Yes, that seems like a good idea. So they kind of put the business on hold. You guys are just kind of sitting around. Maybe in this table here, it's not quite so gross as this one. And Arlock kind of hustles, goes get some food. He's gone for about half hour. He brings out these nice trays of like bacon and roasted potatoes and just some really nice items. Some not a lot along the lines of biscuits or bread, but a little moldy. But some of the dried goods and things like that. He was able to sort of whip together a nice hearty meal for you guys as you're sitting around this table.
That works. I will proceed to eat.
All right. Make a strength check. See how much you can eat. No, I'm kidding.
Roll for it.
Yeah, exactly.
What?
So Rule and Arlock sort of exchange a few words, pleasantries again, and he kind of motions him up to follow him back to his sort of side office next to his room. Exchange, some. You guys don't see what they're doing unless you try to follow them. But anyway, they come back, and Rule explains to Arlock that you'd all been hired to help him with this trip from Waterdeep to deliver the tapestry, and as a part of your service, part of the fee he's going to collect from Arlock is going to you in the form of, I think, 100 gold pieces each.
Okay.
Right.
Let me just double check that. I think that was the amount. If you guys have that in your notes as well, feel free to. Are you seeing the map of the keep, or are you seeing the Word document?
The keep.
Okay, good. I think
100 sounds right.
It does. It was a. Let's see. Yep. 100 gold pieces each. You guys can add that to your coin purse. Should be getting fairly heavy now.
How much?
100 gold pieces each. Arlock.
You want to come back to Waterdeep with us?
Well, I'm going to spend some time inspecting the damage and sort of estimating how much work has to be continued to be done. I believe those orcs, I took a quick skim through the castle and they've trashed a little bit of the place, but I will need to find new work, but there's other townships close by. I'm sure I can hire others. I think I'll pass. I'll stay here and just sort of tidy up and then begin the rebuilding process again. But I do have something for you all. I would probably be withering away in that safe room were it not for you. So would you allow me to bestow something more than kind words to demonstrate my gratitude?
Sure.
And he brings out a chest that he kind of was hidden, kind of walks out of the room and then kind of pulls it inside and puts it down in front of you all and just opens it up. And he goes, well, these are some trinkets I've collected over, the course of the centuries, well, the decades really. He's a half elf. I don't remember how long half elves live, but I think a pretty long time.
Yeah.
And, I don't have any real use for them now at this stage of my life. So please accept these as tokens of my gratitude for restoring Arlock's Keep. And it's a chest with 1,200 gold pieces in it.
Okay.
Ooh.
And there's a scroll inside.
I'll pick that scroll and see what it is.
Okay.
Do we want to split up that gold?
Yeah.
Or-
Just
Sure.
300 apiece? No.
Yeah.
It's a convenient amount of gold pieces for party of 4.
Yes.
It's 1,350 gold pieces. No, I'm kidding. 1,200 gold split up amongst each of you, so that's 300 each. In addition, and then a scroll, and you have to remind me how long it takes you to figure out what's the, how to determine what the scroll is.
I can cast Identify. It's a ritual spell for 11 minutes, and I know everything about it.
Well, does it only work for one item?
One item at a time.
One item at a time. Okay. You can cast Identify for those 11 minutes, and then as the 11 minutes pass, you determine that this is a second level spell scroll that grants you the ability to do Misty Step.
Ooh.
That's good.
All right.
That's a good one.
There's a potion bottle in there as well.
Harlan, can you identify that?
Sure.
Yeah.
I'll cast Identify on that one too. Another 11 minutes.
Okay, another 11 minutes. You determine that is a potion of healing.
All right.
Just remember you have that, Connor. You know what? I guess are you taking up spell slots for this?
No, I'm not.
Okay, I was gonna say because we can just ask the guy what they are.
Yeah, he might know. I mean, these are things that he's kind of collected.
Oh, okay. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, he feels like they're probably of value to an adventuring group, but
Oh, yeah. That's why the whole reason why we came here in the first place, I think, was to get money to buy healing potions.
well, you have one.
And we lost one, so we traded a life for a potion. Okay.
I also should mention that now that there's a new kind of dawn, each of you who have rings upon your fingers that are very tightly fitting now, the rings are even heavier than they were yesterday. It's almost up to the point where it's like you're carrying a 2-pound weight in that hand.
Oh, wow.
Give me 1 second. So you've got the spell scroll you found, a potion of healing, And then in the bottom is a dagger with a very shiny blade, silvery shiny blade.
Harlan, can you identify that? That looks interesting.
Yeah, I'll identify that too. Another 11 minutes.
Yep.
Harlan, you want to spend like a couple hours here just identifying everything? Hey, Harlan, can you identify this flagstone on the ground?
It's flagstone. Yeah, nothing magical. There don't seem anything magical about this, Harlan.
All right.
Um,
This dagger, I think, is just shiny. Nothing magical about it.
Okay.
and let's see. So there's a dagger. You've got a potion of healing. I had one other thing here. Let me find it. Sorry, I thought I had it ready. Well, that didn't work. My filter's not working. All right, let me do this and see if it works. Give me 1 second. Yeah, we also lost music as well. That's okay. All right. Wow, these filters are not working. All right, there's another thing in there which remains a mystery. No. Oh, there it is. Okay, it's another potion, and this potion is kind of separated into brown and silver and gray layers. Almost looks like bands of stone. And Harlan, we can fast forward through the identify pieces of this, but when you do identify this potion as a potion of climbing.
All right. I'll tell that to everyone.
Okay.
All right. So now you guys, there's a potion of healing, potion of climbing, a dagger, and a spell scroll. So you guys can feel free to talk about who gets what or how you want to sort that out.
I'm going to take the spell scroll.
Gibner says that Elisar and Taz can split the rest, or all three of you can split the rest.
I'm interested in the healing potion.
Yeah, you can have it.
All right.
All right.
All right. So you're hanging on to the healing potion. Just make sure you put it all in your.
You have the potion of climbing too.
Yeah. And so you guys now have a bit of bounty and a bit of gold, quite a bit of gold actually. And Rule is feeling quite full. And he, he says to you, well, gentlemen, I'll be heading back to Waterdeep. Early this afternoon, I'll begin the journey. Much lighter and much less value on my cart than before, but I do have quite a bit of coin in my purse as well. Would you be interested in accompanying me back, perhaps as guards, this time not to keep me from being robbed of my tapestry, but robbed of my payment?
Or your life. Yeah, what do you think, gentlemen?
Sounds good.
Gibner is going to ask Arlock if he knows anything about this darkness rising to the east.
Oh,
We've
yeah.
heard of a prophecy, and we're seeking out the darkness. And just want to inquire, since you seem to have a wealth of things collected here, if you might have any information or anything to share about it.
Well, I must admit, times do seem a bit strange. It's always strange as the further you get into the wilderness, but well, to be honest, I mean, we have orc problems here from time to time, and just kind of comes with living in the wild. But I've not heard of anything specific, any particular threat of darkness. Do you mean is it like a general or someone evading from the west, or what? What do you know?
Good question.
There's an uprising in the city of the dead in Waterdeep, and we've heard of an evil to the east.
Waterdeep, huh? Now, uprisings in Waterdeep seem highly unlikely, given the nature of the city and the magic that surrounds it. So if there's something happening, it must be serious. That's just me just using my history. I don't know of anything specific, though, I must admit.
Okay.
No worries. And then lastly, might you know of any lords to the east as we make our way traveling? If we need to call upon somebody, perhaps we could use your good name for favor as we travel.
Well, I don't go over the ridge very often. I do head to Daggerford quite a bit, and then of course I'll go up north into the forest. Let me get up there so I can show you. I can go. I follow the ridge line up into the Harpshield area, the Nandar area, past the Ardeep River, but and occasionally I'll make it all the way to Waterdeep, but that's rarely. I like to stay around here mostly, but if I do have to travel, it'll usually be to the south to Daggerford, and that's really about it at this point.
Where does the road to the east lead?
I haven't been over the ridge in some time. I couldn't say what lies beyond the ridge, but it's really a trail, and well, these old bones don't carry me over that ridge very often.
Well, as the group transitions away from the conversation with Arlock, so what do you guys think? You think we should go back to Waterdeep and try to get that map? These rings are getting a little heavy. Think we should just maybe make our way to the east now? We could even ask Raoul to retrieve the map for us and send a runner or a horseman to deliver it out to us. Or we could go back.
Judging from what we encountered on the way in, I would expect to encounter as much on the way out. And I don't think a single rider would make it. We could certainly ask, but I think it is kind of going out of our way to go back west 2 days to just come back east 2 days and then go from there. So maybe, we just tell him that he can stay at the estate for a couple of weeks.
We didn't really encounter any problems until we were on the side road to the estate, so
Okay.
we could possibly just get him back to the
Main road.
Is it the Selper Road?
I think that's the Tradeway.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, we could do that, I think.
I mean, if he wants us to escort him all the way back, we can. Hey, our blog.
Arlock. But it would cost him something, I would think. We should charge.
Now, Arlock is the castle owner.
Yeah, Arlock Floshin. Mr. Floshin. Do you have like a general map of the region?
I'd have to go look. I think I've got. I can see if I can share something with you. It might take me a moment to go through some of my old supplies, but I'm sure I can find something.
Yeah, we have a moment.
Yeah,
sure. So he sort of just disappears back into his study. And give me 1 second. He sort of comes back out I'm going to stop sharing real quick because I want to put this in the PowerPoint. Did we lose Patrick? Oh, no, he's
Nope,
back.
I'm here.
Okay, okay. All right. Let me do this. Do this. It's a little like, ooh, that's really not very clear, unfortunately. Well, this is actually, this might make it even a bit better because it's an old worn map, and it's obviously had drink spilled on it. Wish there was a way I could put like a coffee stain on here. And it looks similar to the map that the sketched out map that Rule had of the area, with a little bit expanded perhaps to show a few other items. So he's got a few things marked. It's a little bit bigger. He says, this is about as far as as far as I've traveled. The main road I take is to Daggerfoot, but I found this old thing in one of my old travel bags, and well, as you can see from your first question, once you pass the ridge, it's really just wilderness as far as I could ever get. I mean, there's some areas way to the east that I've long since forgotten their names, and it's all smudged out now anyways, but this is as much as I could recall from the area.
All right. Well, as a group, what do you want to do? You want to escort Rel to the trade road and then come back past the estate and keep on going to that northeasterly kind of way into that ridge before over the ridge into that, I guess, a valley, and try to make it to that other ridge and
Hey,
go from there.
Rule.
Yes.
Do you need an escort back to Waterdeep?
Well, I would certainly feel more comfortable. Perhaps, I mean, if I could get Vladimir here, perhaps he could escort me. I'd feel comfortable with him, but I've no way of reaching him, unfortunately. And well, I had him holding down the fort at the store. I didn't know what would happen, and thankfully, thankfully he was able to stay there while you guys helped me here. Ooh, sorry, got a fresh. What is this?
Pumpkin butterscotch pecan muffin.
Pumpkin butterscotch pecan muffin.
Edible.
Full of.
Did it? 90 minutes straight, you'd be like, wow.
Sorry, this isn't Arizona or New Jersey.
Or keep going. Like, list of states
Or
is huge.
Portland.
Yeah, exactly. Oh man, that's good. Those are homemade.
So
Rule's like, what if I could certainly try it.
We can get you back to the main road. How about that?
If I make it to the main road, I'm sure, well, I don't have near as much weight on the mule.
Yep.
And perhaps we can just double time it and keep our heads down, and we'll do our best.
Yeah, you can book it. I think the only thing that we encountered on the way in was that troll under the bridge. Go figure. Irony. That I think we got rid of. So I don't think he's there anymore. So if we get you back to the trade road, I think that would be good.
As you
How
guys
long did it take us to get back to that bridge point?
that was about a day. I think that was a day's travel. I mean, each of these segments was a good day's travel. I'm trying to.
Yeah.
What if we took Rule back to the bridge and then went northeast
Up to our deep.
up this river?
Sure, I'm up for a river.
Sounds like an adventure.
Sure.
As you guys are having this conversation, you hear the sound of metal crashing to your west inside the castle.
Oh, again with the crashing metal. All right, guys, let's go check it out. Yes?
Yeah.
I'm leading the way. Who's behind me?
Arlock's like, what? What was that? Sounded like it came from the storage room.
You should go back to your panic room with Rule.
Yep.
Double time.
And remember, the password is penguin.
Right.
Rule, fair warning, it stinks in there.
It does.
Yeah, he has his little slot here, his little refuse slot, but
Little
it probably still
chamber
smells pretty
pot,
bad.
yeah.
Yeah, it smells pretty bad. Yeah, so okay. Rule, follow me. Yes, I'm following you. And they take off,
And they're off.
going up. Zoom, 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 zoom.
All right, guys, let's I'll lead the way towards where we heard the crashing. What's our marching order? I'll go first. I'll dash.
I'll go second.
Okay,
I'll go last.
you guys are here.
Yep.
Which way are you going? South or
West.
north?
You said it was to the west, so like it was from the storage room, right?
Yep. And from that general vicinity, it was a loud crashing sound.
So if we were to go out those double doors to the south and then down those stairs, would that bring us kind of close to? That's where I'm gonna head.
Yep. And what was the marching order again?
Me, and then it was Taz, and then Gibbs and Harlan bringing up the rear.
You guys start heading down this way. Let me see, where's the annotate button? Okay. Yeah, so you guys are kind of coming around the corner. As soon as you kind of come around the corner here, you get to the top of the steps.
Yep.
You see the trap that you had set. It's down, nothing's in it.
Ah,
The suspense builds.
Hmm.
come out, foul beast, wherever you are. We've got your number. Yeah, see? I call out. I call that
Cast
out.
now.
I'm swinging around, running, singing, Ricky, don't lose my number. It's the only one you'll want.
8, 6, 7, 5.
Man, if Ryan, if you rickroll us, I'll kill you.
Your YouTube video just got demonetized.
Exactly. Exactly. You've seen this beast before. 3 of you
Yeah,
have.
the Tucky guy that ran away from us.
It's on all fours, barreling up the steps towards you, snarling, yelling, my gold! Where's my gold? Roll initiative.
Yeah.
Those are fighting words.
Just as a double check, we're still at level 4, right?
You are still
Yeah.
level 4.
22.
Arlen got a 3.
Ooh, good thing you're bringing the rear.
Oh, 22.
20 for Gibner.
Okay.
15.
All right. Taz, you got a 15. What's your dex score?
Plus 5.
Okay.
Oh yeah, mine's a 24 then. Sorry, my bad.
Well, you're already at the head of the pack. I just need to.
Top of the heap.
I need to break a tie. Let me get where I'm going here. Where are liches? Oh, they're in here somewhere. I'm just curious where they are. That's not what this is. I just was throwing that out there.
Orcus.
Right. Demogorgon, where are you?
Hey, Patrick.
Yeah.
With your character, can you enchant another person's weapon?
You know, no, I don't think I can. Because I just got, my 2 cantrips, then I've got Armor of Agathis, and then Witch Bolt, and that's it.
Well, you have the
The
Blood
blood curses.
Hunter thing, the
Oh yeah.
Crimson, right?
Yeah, hold on a second. Blood Maledict, Blood Curse. I can use to save us.
Crimson Right.
Crimson Right is to imbue a weapon would be
Your weapon.
mine only, I think.
Yeah, it says.
Yeah, right. While you hold the weapon or until you complete short long rest. Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so he's meeting you sort of, you guys are kind of rounding this way. He's running up the steps this way towards you, Elisar,
Oh yeah.
growling, snarling, these big tusks coming out of his mouth. He's got this big maul in his hand, still some blood on the end of it, some dried blood.
Look for this.
Maybe Harlan, you might even pick up on that, or Gimner. You can notice that as he's kind of one, like on three, just using it almost like a dragging, pulling. He's going to swing it at you. Elisar, you're up.
All right. If you remember the image I used before of like Iron Man with his repulsor,
Yeah.
coming out of his outstretched hand, I'm going to cast the Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
And I'm going to get 19.
19 hits.
And 1d10 does 9 points of damage.
Ooh. All right. Yeah. Just what? And it's what kind of damage is it again? Remind me.
Eldritch Blast is, hold please.
Force.
Force damage.
How about that? Yeah, 1d force damage. Yep.
It doesn't knock him down though, right?
No.
He doesn't have to make a dex save or anything like that. Stay on his feet. Okay. All right.
I give him a what for? Just bam.
Boom. All right. Gimner. You're you're hopping behind him.
Yeah. Hop, hop,
Yeah,
hop.
and I'm right behind Taz, and so I want to use the ready action.
Okay.
I've got the psychic blade in each hand, and I'm secreting that poisonous goo out of my grunk skin.
Okay.
And I'm letting it drip while I wait for this monstrosity thing to come closer to the group. And I'll hold my action until it does.
Okay. Taz?
Can you mark down some locations?
Yes. Let me do that. Let me go back to the...
Yeah, Ryan, if you could imagine when I cast that spell, I got down on one knee.
Okay.
Like that superhero move, just so if there's someone right behind me, if they wouldn't want to take any action over my head, they can do that. I don't want to be blocking anyone.
All right. I'm going to put...
And also, it looks pretty cool.
I'm going to put... I'm going to do the same thing I did with the creature last time. I'm going to just use an X.
Yep.
For the creature. It's here, sort of coming up the steps. And then in terms of where people are at. So, Elisar, you're on the steps. I take it.
Yeah,
Okay.
I was running right down towards the trap. Yeah.
So you're sort of right in front of him right here?
Yep.
Okay. Harlan, you are, I'm going to put you as kind of red.
Okay.
Where are you at? You're in the back?
Yes.
Top of the steps?
Yeah.
Right there. And then, Gimner, you got to be green. You wouldn't be a frog if you weren't green.
Green is
Not
good.
easy being green though.
And you're right behind Taz, who's in the yellow arrow here. Is that right?
Now I'm the yellow arrow, right?
No,
Oh, sir.
I was the yellow arrow.
You're the
Oh,
you're the brown arrow, and I can change your color though because it doesn't show up too great. But I just had forgotten that I can change the color. Let me kind of off to the side a little bit there, Gimner.
I see it. Yeah, that's cool.
That looks great. Very
I'll do-
helpful.
I'll do this right here.
It is it's helpful to see that. Is Elisar within like 5 feet of the creature, or is there still some space between them?
Elisar is definitely within 5 feet of the creature, and the creature
Okay.
and Elisar are meeting. Elisar, you're now blue circle, so it's
Yep,
easier
that's
to kind
cool.
of see.
Yep.
So
got it.
Gimner, instead of taking the ready action, since they've engaged in melee
Okay,
range, he'll go ahead and let his psychic blade loose.
go for it.
Nice. Yeah. I'm talking about.
All right. 17.
17 hits.
All right.
Good job.
Okay, I've got 11 on the dagger. I rolled a 6 on a d6 plus 5, so that's 11 on the psychic blade.
Okay.
And then the sneak attack damage from having a ally within 5 feet. Ooh, another good roll. 11 more.
Woohoo.
Wow, man.
And then,
Blast
it
this
was good.
guy, man.
And then it's going to make a DC 12 Constitution saving throw. And if he fails, he'll take 2d4 poison damage.
Nice.
Let's see. He failed that. So he takes 2d4 poison. Do you want to roll the damage for that?
Yeah, I'll roll it. All right, so a total of 4 points.
Okay, man. And he's poisoned, which means he has disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks.
I did that wrong the other night. So if they're trying to grapple me or come in contact with my skin, that's when they get the poison condition.
Okay.
But when and I can read it to you, when I'm attacking, like throwing a dagger with poison dripping on it, instead
Okay.
of a condition, it just does poison damage.
Okay. So he's not conditioned. It's just additional damage coming off of him.
Yep.
Don't know what's going on out there, but it's part of the battle music. Okay, so that's, you had the ready action because Elisar was in melee range. Taz, you're still up.
Okay, so I'm going to, where did my annotations go? My eraser, move mine, and so I'm gonna move and kind of just circle around so I can, my arrow pointed the wrong way.
Can I come around this way?
Yeah. So I'm gonna try to get on his backside.
Okay.
I'm getting very upset with this annotation. It keeps pointing a different direction than I want. So, all right.
There
So
we
I'm
go.
going to get right back there.
Okay.
And I'm going to use my bonus action to rage.
Okay.
And then I'm going to recklessly attack with my glaive.
Okay.
So that is 19 to hit.
19 hits.
Okay, so it's going to do this damage that I don't think matters. 8 points of slashing damage, and it also does some radiant damage. It will do 6 points of radiant damage.
Yeah. You slash into it. Immediately the wound closes back up, but the radiant damage sort of just glows on it and sizzles, and it sort of singes, and it's just snarling and enraged. And it has a multi-attack.
Oh, actually, before I do that,
Yeah.
I also, can I use my movement to back up? Just
Like into the room.
yeah, so my glaive has a range of 10 feet, so I
Okay.
just want to be like right here, so I'm still within melee range, but just so he's has a little gap in between me and him. So
Yep.
if he wants to,
You can take a few steps back and sort of get your, like getting ready to chop wood, you can kind of get your range figured out with your glaive.
yeah.
Elisar, you're right in front of him.
Yeah, and I am preparing, just so you know, and I forget how we did this before or the roll or after, that I'm going to invoke the blood curse of the eyeless.
All right. That one, remind me what that one is again.
You subtract 1d4 on its to hit roll.
Okay. So you want to go ahead and do that now? Because I haven't rolled
I
yet.
think that's how it's done. Is it not, Daniel? I have to declare it first, right?
You declare it before it hits you. So if it attacks you, you could say you're going to use it.
And it's getting ready to attack you.
Yep. And then I believe it is just a D4.
Yep.
Off
Yeah.
the top of my head.
Okay, so roll your D4, and I'll take it off the attack roll.
All right, it's -3.
Okay, so it sort of just slashes out with its tusks, and it just goes nowhere near you. Whoom.
Woohoo!
But as it's sort of just in this little space here, it's going to try to, as it's slashing at you, it's going to sling with its maul and try to hit you, Gimner. Let's see what's the range on that.
Now, can I use the blood of the? Can I use that twice in one turn, or is that it? I can use it for me, and not.
No, it's a reaction. You
Okay,
only get
gotcha.
one reaction.
All right, just wondering.
So Gimner's good.
Can it reach Gibner, or does it have to move?
Let's see.
I see where you're going with this.
Yeah, it kind of had to step forward to get to.
Oh, as soon as he tries to step forward, I'm going to use Sentinel.
Okay.
As long as I hit, I reduce his speed to 0.
Okay. Go for it.
Not
Oh, you
like-
hit already, right? So that.
No, I have
Okay.
to hit again.
Okay. Got it.
Sentinel attack, that is 14 to hit.
That hits.
Okay. I don't do any radiant damage on this one, so I'm not gonna do any damage.
Okay. But he's
I
stuck.
reduce his speed to 0.
Yeah. So he tries to swing, and the maul is a handheld weapon. And Gimner, you are, if each of those is 5 feet, you are at least 10 feet away. And it's not very tall. The reach on it is 5 feet. It just swings at you, sort of like, stuck in the ground. It can't move. And that ends
Gibner makes a face at him.
being a grung. I'm not sure if anybody knows that that's a face, or if it's just like it's like, is he sticking his tongue out for like food, or is that the thing that they do? He's just enraged right now and kind of just stuck right there. Harlan, you're up.
All right, Harlan is gonna try to cast Firebolt onto this creature.
There you go. Let's use magic.
Now, do you have to have a clear line of sight for that, or
Yes. I just
Now
have to
remember, I'm on
see
my
it.
knee. I'm doing the superhero move.
And I'm on the top of the stairs too.
so
Yeah.
you're looking down over? Okay, I think you're good. I think you're in good shape.
Okay. That would be a 7 to hit.
It misses.
All right.
Oh.
And I'll end my turn there at the top of the stairs.
Is Firebolt, is it like a physical, I can't remember, is it like a physical flame that comes shooting out of your hand, or a wand or something like that?
So it's like, I believe it's out of my hand, like this tiny ball of fire, I believe.
So it just goes flying like past Taz and hits the ground, and just sort of sparks fly on the ground.
Yeah, I would think it would be more like Scarlet Witch, the hex power she can shoot out of her hands, if you remember that. Like a little ball of energy, except fire. That's it.
Just
Like
shooting out.
yeah, like a
Oh, I like
flaming,
that.
like a flaming bocce ball.
Yes. It just kind of rolls and then fizzles.
Yeah, exactly.
I will attack with flaming bocce. Not to be confused with hibachi.
He's not Italian, is he?
Yeah.
That's right.
I attack with the onion volcano.
That's right. Make your saving throw versus high cholesterol.
And LSR, you are up.
LSR is ready. LSR is ready. This time, instead of using his hand outstretched, doing the Iron Man thing, he's going to do like the Wonder Woman, crossed arms in front of him.
Okay.
Shoot with both palms outstretched, going forward.
Yeah.
With Witch Bolt.
Okay.
And 11, 12, 13, 14.
14 hits.
14 hits. It does 1d12. Oh, it does 12.
Ooh,
Like,
man.
and that is lightning damage.
Okay. Man, he is just, from when you first encountered this creature to now, he's just like, just flame and sparks and things. Just sort of, his knees are just trembling. And does that end your turn, LSR?
I'm going to end my turn, and I'm still going to be on one knee doing the superhero pose.
Okay.
Whatever.
All right. Gimner, do you need me to move your guy, or are you good where you're at?
Yeah, he's good where he's at.
Okay.
He will form another psychic blade in his palm and let it fly.
Okay.
Here, 18.
18 definitely hits.
All right, it's going to be, I've got an ally within 5. So let me have the sneak attack.
Yep.
Okay. 3, 8, and 10. So 18 total points of psychic damage.
Man.
That includes sneak attack.
So this is psychic damage, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So just
You see like the blade go into his skin,
yeah.
but then the blade disappears and there's no mark left in the skin, but all the while you could just see the mental anguish on the creature's face from what's going on.
It's
inside.
just totally confused. Does that end your turn, Gimner?
Yes.
Taz, did we lose you, or are you just off video?
Oh, I'm just off video.
Okay, Taz, you're up.
I'm going to attack recklessly again with my glaive.
All right.
Uh,
You've kind of flanked him. You're getting surrounded on the stairwell.
24 to hit.
24 definitely hits.
All right. I'm just gonna give you the radiant damage.
Okay.
Just to save time. 8 points of radiant damage.
Yep. Again, just the wound closes immediately, but the sizzling on the skin of the radiant damage just seems to be charring its body. And it's beginning to squeal like a pig, you know what I mean? Sort of not to get too deliverance, but it's doing that. And so, does that end your turn there, Taz?
Yeah, I'm just gonna like kind of dance around, try to get his attention.
Okay. Yeah. So
Sure got a pretty mouth.
yeah.
Squeal, boy, squeal.
After you hit it, it does sort of waver on the stairs. It does reach its tusks down and try to dig into you, though, LSR, since you're sort of standing right in front of it.
Yep, and I'm gonna have my blood curse of the eyeless ready again.
Okay, so you're gonna use that?
Yep.
Okay, you're gonna roll your.
Let's see.
Make your reaction. Does an 8 hit?
No.
So it misses again.
Woo.
And it's just going to take the maul now and try to, again, turn towards you this time, Taz, and take a step towards you and try to hit you with its maul. So if I hit this, does this? Yeah, so it's going to take like a step here, use some of its movement, try to hit you with its maul. And wow, does an 8 hit?
Me?
No, I'm gonna say
Yes.
no for him.
You, Taz.
No, that misses.
Okay, so now its back is to the rest of the folks on the steps. It's kind of facing you, just took a swing with its maul. And Harlan, you're up.
All right, Harlan's going to try to cast another firebolt at this creature.
Yeah.
Ooh, this time it's better. It's going to be a 24 to hit.
Let me look. Yeah, that'll hit.
And then that'll be 9 points of fire damage.
Okay.
9
And my
points.
turn there.
9 points of fire damage. Hang on, let me read this. Okay. It collapses on its knees and then stands back up again.
All right.
And Elisar, you're up.
Eldritch Blast. Again, right on the palm of my hand, just boom.
Okay.
Right at him. 13 plus 3, 16.
16 hits.
1d10. Blah, 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 blah. 4 points of damage. But it's lightning.
Okay.
Oh, actually, you know what? Does that automatically, never mind. I'm thinking something else.
Let me read this real quick. All right. Lightning damage.
No, not lightning. That sucks.
What is it?
It's force damage.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
So Eldritch Blast.
Yep.
What happens when a force moves through the body of a boar-like, human-like creature?
It is a beam of crackling energy that streams towards the creature out of my palm within its range, right?
Yep.
So I'd imagine when it hits it, it would either disperse, like he's being electrocuted, like a taser, maybe. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. And so as it does it, a shriek comes out of its mouth.
Yeah.
And then the maul drops to the ground as it just sort of falls face first towards you, Taz. Collapse, and you see as it sort of heads turn sideways, the tongue hanging out of the tusk, the body begins to slowly morph, and it turns back into what looks like a man.
Oh, poor Lawrence Talbot. It was a werebore.
Poor guy.
Lawrence Talbot was the Wolfman originally.
Okay.
Sorry,
I was like, I'm trying to think the reference. It's like, that's a good one. I'm thinking Boris
Gotta go. Yeah,
Karloff.
sorry.
I'm going through all the
Okay,
who was the guy that played in Little House on the Prairie? He was also a werewolf at one time.
Michael Landon.
Michael Landon. Yeah.
Yep.
I
Before
think.
he went to Highway to Heaven. Yeah.
Yeah, I think.
Literally and figuratively. Yeah.
Yeah. So it collapses on the ground in front of
Yeah.
you.
You just got to remember that I'm older. As a matter of fact, I will take this opportunity to say that I am only 91 days away from retirement.
Oh, congratulations.
Yeah, so if I could stay employed for 91 more days, 90 tomorrow.
We're counting down.
That's close.
That's close. Just
And
hang
the
in
sad
there.
thing is, I've got such short timer's disease, I don't want to do a thing. So anyhow, that's an aside. So we killed it. Let's do we need to, like, I hate to say this, but do we want to just cut off his head or something to make sure he doesn't reanimate? Guys?
To what? Reanimate it?
No, I don't want to reanimate it, but I don't know what this thing does. It seemed to regenerate. Do we want to cut its head off to make sure?
I'll just like take the pointy end of the glaive, like the pike point, and just spear it through its skull.
That'll work.
Yeah.
I think it's dead.
Okay, good
Yeah,
job.
It didn't move.
Okay, just checking. Can I search it?
Yeah, absolutely. Make an investigation check.
Oh, natural one. So yeah, it's a body.
Natural one. You don't need to make an investigation check to search it. I mean, you're
Wait, where's the body again?
yeah, exactly. It's right in front of you. You do find as you're sort of going through, you find like a folded up parchment in one of its pockets.
I'll open it and see what it is. Investigate.
Yeah, it's got some words scrawled on it, and it basically it says, "Dearest love, my apologies. I did not ask for this curse, and please know that whoever put me out of my misery did both you and I a great service. If
Oh, well, all right then. Put that in the attaboy file. Good job, guys. High five to everyone. Stop.
Oh, I think you just got poisoned.
did you high five him?
Did I just high five your tongue? Yeah, I probably did, actually.
Do you still have poison dripping off your hands? You probably
Yeah,
didn't. You might have just left him hanging.
The way it is.
No, if you know what? If you do, Gibbs, I will take that damn. Let's play it through. I actually did that. I was excited. I was giving everyone high fives, and I only learned by my mistakes. Let's go for it. What happens to me?
Yeah, so grunts have poisonous skin. So any creature that grapples you or otherwise comes into direct contact with your skin must
Which I did.
succeed on a DC 12 Constitution saving throw or become poisoned for 1 minute.
All right. Constitution saving throw. Let's see. Con on +3. 18. Woohoo!
All right, you're safe.
You're good.
Nice, but I'm like, you might want to. Yeah, my bad. Sorry.
Oh,
I'm gonna
and
wipe off my
I meant to also mention as you opened up the paper, a locket of hair fell out as well.
Okay. I'm actually going to keep the note and the locket of hair for the heck of it.
Okay. All right. Yeah,
Keep
you're able to keep the note, the tender note that this poor creature left to whoever his dear love was, and her locket of hair.
Yes.
And you put that in your inventory. You've got.
I am going to do that only because I don't know what I might need to cast a spell if there ever needs it, if a component needs hair or something along those lines.
Yeah.
So I was going to put a sad note and hair, locket of hair.
Yeah. Yeah. So he is vanquished with no other kind of issues. There doesn't seem to be anything else in the room. What are you guys doing next? Be done.
I guess we can go back and tell those guys they can come out of the safe room.
Yeah, it's only been 15 minutes or so max since the sound and then the encounter. So you guys head back up. Arlock and Rule are in the safe room, and they're basically kind of trying to listen for you guys to get closer.
Penguin.
Yes, of course. Don't forget that area on the floor. Don't step on that.
Oh yeah, good point. Wow.
Just wanted to make sure it was you.
Yep, it's us.
Okay, and we'll just come out.
All right, that sounds good.
And they come out, kind of avoid the tile, and greet you guys here back in the castle. What was that?
It turns out it was a lycanthrope. It was a werebore. It looks like. Have you heard any rumors of? Have you heard any rumors about any creatures roaming around the woods infecting people? Now I think we may have to deal sooner or later, maybe, with the thing that bit this thing and created it.
I've not heard of werebore in these parts in many, many long years. I do know that they sometimes will form alliances with orcs. Perhaps he was working with those dreadful creatures that took over the castle. I don't know for sure, but they're.
It sounds like he was being
somewhere.
paid. It sounds like he was being paid. He was roaring at us, "Where was his gold?" So I'd imagine maybe the orcs had hired him.
That is possible, but no, I've not encountered any in, like I said, many a long year. I mean, we're always weary, especially when the moon gets full. You never know in in these wilderness parts, and the moon is getting close to getting full. But no, I don't know of any other encampments or anything like that. And we've had workers here for. Can you show me where this creature is?
Yeah, let's see if he looks like one of your workers. Come follow us. We'll show you his body. He's reverted to his normal form.
Okay. So he's going to
We're gonna
follow
bring
you
him
guys
back down
down.
there.
Okay.
And ask, identify the body.
Oh, wow. He's got a hole in his head, quite a large one. I'm sure that wasn't
that
done before.
happens sometimes.
No, I do not recognize this poor sap.
Okay.
Well, I shouldn't say sap. This is a terrible curse, I understand. But at any rate, this poor lost soul, I'll put it that way.
There you go.
No idea. Perhaps you could help me discard of these corpses before you leave?
I knew that was coming.
Yeah, we were going to ask if you have a cemetery.
We do have a small graveyard out back. We can certainly use that.
Well, I think we're looking more at a mass burning than really a burial, aren't we, guys?
And we got Django as well.
Oh, thanks for bringing that up. Yeah, we do.
Yeah, kind of back behind the castle over in this area.
Django needs a proper burial. The other guys I'm not too concerned about.
Yeah. As you guys are able to sort of go back and Arlock shows you back behind the castle where the cemetery is, your rings do feel a little lighter as you're sort of digging the holes for Django, or the hole for Django. I don't know. What are you doing with this guy, the werebore?
We Jawa them. We just put them in a big pile and just burn them.
And the orcs?
Yeah, same thing, I think. Wouldn't you guys? I mean,
yeah.
Yep. So big smoke kind of goes up, and it's now getting pretty late in the day. It took you a while to kind of go through this effort, so it's getting a little dark. And Rule has decided that if you guys are still up for escorting him back to the bridge, he will definitely take you up on that offer.
Yeah, I think that's good. Now, at the time of the day it is, and I didn't think about this until just now. You see the smoke going up. Is it a big, thick, noticeable smoke, or is it more like we just elected a pope and it's white wisps?
It is pretty thick, noticeable smoke.
Okay, so we should definitely set. If are we gonna spend the night here? It's getting dark. You said, right? It's getting late.
Yep.
I would think that if anything is around, I mean, certainly they know the keep is here, the castle's here. We should definitely set up a watch, and I would be more than happy to take the first one. I'm trying to think, Ryan, is there a place? I'm looking at the pictures, assuming it's accurate. Maybe on the where the group could still hear me, but where I would still have full view of what's around me. Is that like an observatory? Like like that right there, like the
Yep,
planet?
it is.
So
Yep.
would that offer a 360 view?
It probably any of these turrets,
Turrets,
yeah, and or the observatory.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for.
You know, on any of these four corners, if you can picture kind of the same thing
Yep.
on this far corner over on the other side as well. And most of this is built back up again. And there may be parts of it that are a bit under construction, but any one of those four would offer a 360 view.
Yeah, I will take watch at one of them. You can
Okay.
pick one. And as long as I make sure that I am within waking distance of the group if needed.
Okay. Yeah, you can certainly do that.
And I'll take a 6 hour shift instead of a 4. I'm elf, half elf. So I don't need that much rest.
Does anyone else want to take a watch with him? The smoke is kind of coming up in the back, but this is kind of the main road to the front.
Harlan, you want to join me on the other? Didn't you watch one? You watch 180s. I'll watch the other 180.
Sounds good.
I'll change it. Then I will go with we'll both go for 4 hours, and we'll wake the other two if it goes uneventful.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That way we have ourselves covered.
And Gibner takes some time while we're moving around to
Okay.
gather up some water to fill up his tortoise shell. So when
Yeah.
he's resting, he can hop in it.
Yeah. In fact, you know, Arlock kind of shows you where the spring is that is used to get the fresh water. There's a spring kind of nearby, and you know, he was almost out, and I think you guys found a few casks of potable water in that storage room, but you've used a couple of them since, and so he showed you where the
We
kind
can
of
refill them.
the well. Yeah, it's well water. Yep, you totally filled back up again. A lot of fresh water. Already the keep is feeling a lot more disinfected, if you know, and homely or homey, I guess.
Homie is ugly. Yeah.
Homely's ugly. Yeah, homey. Homey.
Yo, homie, what's up?
So yeah, you guys, you go through your 4 hours of watch with no real issues. You don't see anything coming from let's see, I'll look at the map this way. So you're kind of here, you don't see anything coming from the east. This is the main road in, kind of coming from the west. And then there's this other road that heads south, and then the ridge line going north. I mean, all a little tilted, of course, but here's the 20-mile thing. And so normal travel pace is 24 miles in a day. So that kind of gives you a sense of, you know, two days, probably to maybe 2.5 to get back here. If you're moving quickly, maybe 2 days. And so, yeah, the night is uneventful. Nothing seems to be aroused by the smoke. Maybe perhaps, if anything, the presence of the orcs were keeping other things away, perhaps. So, you know, you guys probably pretty safe in this castle for right now. And you switch off Taz and Gimner. I suppose you guys take over in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
Again,
An elf as well, so I can
just your 4 hour.
do the 4 hour rest.
Okay. Yeah, no problem. You guys are able to kind of make it through without any issues. You begin to see the sky starting to alight in the east as the sun begins to rise. You don't see the sun itself. It's getting very kind of gloomy and overcast. And once again, your ring hands feel very, very heavy, heavier than yesterday, in fact. Probably 2.5 pounds, maybe
while
3.
we were burying Django.
Yeah, they felt a little lighter while you were doing that, but as soon as you were done, they kind of weighted down again. As the sun is rising today, they're even heavier. So it's morning. Rule's kind of outside. He's got his wagons empty, other than just a couple of little supplies in his little treasure box from collecting payment for the tapestry. That's kind of hidden in a false wall within the cart. So it looks like the cart is just empty. And then he's got the mule at the ready and sort of packed up. And as the sun is up, are you guys ready to get going?
Yeah, let's get a move on.
All right. Yeah, you guys start heading out. It's daytime. The path looks very different in the daytime than it did here when you're on your way out. It looks kind of bright, or brighter, I should say. No nighttime beasties seem to be lurking, obviously. And you guys are able to kind of make it all the way out to the main road, all the way back up here in one day without any consequence or issue. So you're on the main road now. And once again, I'm assuming you camp. You've kind of gone a full day here. You're at the main road. Camp goes fine. There's nothing else seems to be happening. The sun rises. Your ring hands feel a little bit lighter today as the sun comes up on this day. And then you can, as you start traveling back up the tradeway, you're traveling with Rule. Y'all I'm assuming you're kind of moving at a fast pace, pretty fast pace.
I would say so, just because we don't know what's out there, I think.
Yeah, between normal and fast. And this road, you can actually get some real purchase. It's pretty clear. And you're able to make it here. It doesn't even take kind of a full day. It's kind of a late afternoon by the time you make it all the way back up to the original troll bridge, which was, let's see, let me stop sharing real quick.
Hey, Ryan, let me ask you real quick.
Yeah.
I don't think we have actually tried, have we, Harlan, to identify the rings that we have on our, what exactly they are? I mean, because it seems like whenever we do something kind of good, they get lighter. Otherwise, they get heavier. Now I've got my proficiency in history and arcana, but I haven't figured out for sure. Have we actually tried to identify them using identify?
I don't think you have. I don't remember if you have.
Can we?
I don't know.
Harlan, you want to try that just so we can? It's interesting.
Yeah.
That it's got a feature that or something that we it's a noticeable difference when we seem to do one thing versus the other, and I think maybe we could try just for the heck of it.
All right. I just need 11 minutes, and then I can cast Identify on the ring.
On yours, just for the heck of it.
On your own ring?
Yep.
So you know what your ring does, right?
Yes.
Already. Okay, so after you cast, let me just read Identify real quick, just to make sure. Let's see. Yes. Okay. Yeah. You are able to validate for yourself what the output of the ring is. Yeah, what the property is. You can't really identify through the spell, though, other than it was created by magic itself.
All right.
And the magic that it was created by, it's kind of elusive to you. It's pretty deep magic. You can't quite put your finger on it.
All right.
Okay. Hi, you've heard the pun. It's a ring.
Don't. You can't put your. I'm trying to. I won't even try.
You done good the first time around.
Yeah, exactly. Don't beat that one. Don't beat that one into the ground. Yeah. So other than telling you kind of what it is,
okay,
and that the magic is sort of old. I'll put it that way. That kind of created it.
All right.
Gotcha.
I'll tell that to everyone.
All right.
Okay.
We tried. I was just thinking. Yeah, just a thought. Okay, cool.
Yeah. You make it kind of to the. You're like, you recognize this area. You make it all the way back to the bridge, and again, no real issues or concerns. Rule sort of looks at you all, kind of knows what's up. He's like, all right, gentlemen, is this where we are taking our leave from each other?
We will be taking your leave. We might come back and visit. Just tell folks of the 4 adventurers that helped you out. And good day, sir.
It's been a pleasure doing business with each of you. I appreciate your bravery and
sacrifice.
Your sacrifice. I believe I'm actually going to weave a tapestry in honor of Django when I return to Waterdeep. And if you make it back, find my shop again. Perhaps I'll give you a great deal on it. I won't make it very big. It'll be something perhaps you can carry with you. More of
That would be
a
appropriate. We might actually give it to the folks at the Gray Skull Manor.
troll
thing.
skull?
Yeah, Troll Skull.
Not to be confused with Gray Skull.
Yeah, I have the power. No, but yeah, that might be fitting. I think they might let us put that up there someday.
He nods, gives the cart a whip, and
Nice.
heads
Well,
across the bridge.
There is one thing you could do for us.
He pulls
Back
up
in
on the
Waterdeep.
cart. Ooh. Yes.
No,
What do you
Could
need,
go
sir?
to the Temple of Saloon
Yes,
and
of course.
ask for Shizo, Dawnwalker. She was making a map for us.
oh,
Perhaps you could send a raven with the map to us, or perhaps even ask the famous Griffin riders of Waterdeep to send a messenger with it.
I tell you what I'll do. I'll definitely go to the Temple of Silyun and inquire of a map for you. The Griffin Riders, I've got some friends. Let's put it that way. Perhaps I can work a deal out. I know quite a few people, merchants and others in the town, as you know, and have been in business a long time. Where shall I send them, though? How will they find you?
I would imagine to.
Based on that map, we were heading to, I forget what it's called, but it was referenced in conversation with Arlock. Basically upstream here to that area.
Yeah, there was the remains of a castle or something that was there. Was that it?
Yeah, there's certainly. I've heard Arlock talk about it. There's a settlement in the wilderness, and then there's a castle. What used to be a castle out there as well, past the ridge. Perhaps I'll send them to the ruins of the castle.
Send them
then
to the ruins and have them send up a smoke signal for us.
I will do that then, and if it costs anything, I will cover the charge.
Thank you very much.
Most gracious of you.
And he
Sarcasm off.
yeah, and he sort of starts whistling a tune and kind of hits the reins, and the mule heads back towards Waterdeep.
To Camp Town ladies.
He crosses the bridge. On the other side, the troll comes up and just rips him up off.
Didn't see that
Bites his
coming.
head off.
Nice.
No, that'd be good, but no, that's not what happens. All right. Well, I hate to cut it short, guys, but I'll need to probably do a little planning for the trip up Ardeep for next week. So
I changed it up on you. I'm
No,
sorry.
that's okay. That's all right. That's okay. That's the thing with like a wilderness adventure or something like that. It's like there's so many options, but then there's also a main thread. So it can't be just like a series of side quests. You know, you still got to have the main thread.
I wonder why these ranks keep getting heavy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. There we go. You never know.
Oh, dude, yeah, totally, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, as you begin to go up the Ardeep, you start to feel the weight again.
Wow, what do you know?
Almost quick.
Yeah, well,
Well, I thought we were like maybe kind of heading in the right direction going up to Ardeep, and maybe they would start getting lighter.
you are heading east again. I mean, northeast, but east again.
Guys, I think as we get closer to the evil, the ring gets heavier to let us know we're getting closer.
Oh, well.
I think
if
we're
it's
on to
too
something.
heavy, I'm not going to be able to lift my hand up. I'd rather the ring get lighter. Or maybe it like does like a little beeping noise.
Yeah, so basically we're playing hot cold with the rings.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hotter,
Hotter,
cold,
your hands on fire.
colder.
You just combusted.
This is the Dungeon Master's trick. Take all of the games you learned in kindergarten and work them in to the game. So
Red Rover,
Red
Red
Rover's
Rover,
next.
send Arlock over.
Red Rover's coming up next. Yep.
It's just gonna be a line of zombies
Right.
together in the arm that we have
man.
to fight.
Oh, that would be really cool. I had to figure out how to work that in.
There you go.
No, that's perfectly fine. I had a feeling you guys were gonna probably go. I know this group, and I thought to myself, you know where they're gonna
They're gonna do
go.
the exact opposite.
They're gonna go exactly where. That's okay. I had
Ryan, weren't you DMing when you expected us to go up when we went down?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Out of the
Yes.
classic, you're like, uh-oh.
Yeah, that's what I said. I had all of my notes, and then you guys, oh, we're gonna go down the cliff, and I was like, okay, well
Son of a.
so those go.
Yeah.
Let's get the
You
player's
just can't
handbook
give
out.
us like another route, like any kind of other. You should have just said like, oh, you guys start heading up the trade path, and then there's just a wildfire burning.
Yeah.
It's like the Truman Show, you know.
Yes.
Yeah.
the big light comes conk out of the
Yep.
ceiling. Where'd that come from?
Oh, hey.
Hail in the rain in the forecast today.
But by the way, just to let you guys know, this is totally off subject. If you've got it's Connor, it's not for you, but I'll tell you what, if you have Netflix, The Queen's Gambit,
Queen's Gambit.
it's an 8-part miniseries about a savant chess player.
Oh,
But
the
but
girl
she
from The
can't-
Witch is in it.
Yes, and she can't play unless she's drunk or high on amphetamines.
Oh my gosh.
And it is absolutely, which is why it's not for Connor.
Right.
The language is tough and all, but it is insane. I thought I knew how to play chess because I've seen Bobby Fischer like twice. And I'll tell you what, it is absolutely insane what these people do behind the scenes. It was based on a book by a real guy, grandmaster, and it's absolutely insane.
The
If you're into
Queen's
that
Gambit.
if you're into that kind of a thing, it's a period piece, 1960s. And
Yeah.
it's absolutely enthralling. I loved it.
Oh, cool. I'll check it out. Yeah, it looked like it was trending as one of the #1 shows.
Yeah.
I finally got through Bly Manor and Haunting of Hill House. I knocked Bly Manor out quick and then had to go back and watch Hill House. I thought that both were amazing. And we also watched the other one that the guy did, the movie, Gerald's Game.
Yeah. Oof.
Ooh, that was
Yeah.
hard to watch.
Just acting like misery, like you're in
Yeah.
bed the whole time. you know?
Exactly.
But yeah, cool.
All right. Well,
So hey, Ryan, one last time, if you want to plug it while it's recording, I tried to find us on YouTube. You're not Drinks and Dragons. You are
no, I am Drinks and Dragons.
all one word on YouTube. I thought I'd subscribe to it and I couldn't find it.
Let me see.
Because if I go to YouTube now and I search Drinks and Dragons, I would think that's been taken, but good.
Let's see. I'll share it. Who can I plug within a plug?
Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm able to.
No, I've got episode 10.
Yep.
Okay,
The group
got it.
continues exploring the remaining rooms of Arlock's Keep.
Got it. All right. For some
And
reason, I couldn't.
And they
find
get a
it.
gibbering mouth. The group. You guys are the group. Oh.
So do you actually have you have 1,100 subscribers, Ryan?
I do.
Dude, you're not quite
That's
an influencer.
awesome.
You've got 138,500 to go before you're a social influencer.
That's not bad. I'll get
No,
there.
it's not.
I'll get there when
That's awesome.
when I'm 94.
I
Here's your
think
check for 57 cents.
what you got to work on, or this doesn't really need to be in the recording, but if we
Well, yeah. Well, how about this? I'll stop sharing and we could just chit chat. So
There you go.
good job. Bye, everybody.
Good night. Thank you.
Good night, everybody.
Don't forget to try the brisket.
Okay. We're good.
more consistent